Good morning. It is Tuesday, February 24th. It's the Automotive State of the Union. I'm Paul J. Daly. This is the one and only Michael Cirillo. We're going to try to make our way through the show without laughing our heads off because that's what we do to one another. So let's talk about tariffs, shall we? I mean, given your Canadian heritage, we could talk tariffs. We could talk hockey. We could talk a lot of things that would get us in trouble today.
Oh, my gosh. Do you want to talk to me about hockey? This is like people are, dude, you're from Canada, man. What do you think about hockey? You came from Edmonton. You got Wayne Gretzky Drive there. The first live, and I'm not just saying like of NHL or whatever, just the first in-person hockey game I ever attended was after I moved here to Dallas.
For real?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so good. We won't talk about hockey. Oh man, we are going to talk about the tariff situation. We're going to talk about some plug-in Lambos. There you go, and the return of the iPod. It's a fun show today.
Wow.
But first, I want to thank today's sponsor, ESIQ, because the best dealers, they know two things. Number one, you can't build a 5-star customer experience with a constantly changing team, and number two, employee experience is the foundation of a great customer experience. And ESIQ measures employee satisfaction and engagement to tell you what's driving turnover before someone emotionally checks out or physically checks out. The emotional checking out is actually the most dangerous part. It's real dealership workforce data, clear and actionable, slightly less dramatic than a resignation email. Go to esiq.ai to learn more. esiq.ai. You know, Michael, there's something about ESIQ that is very close to the heart and the mission of More Than Cars, which is that we're working to make retail, auto, and industry people fight to join. And you can't do that if people are constantly leaving. So ESIQ boosts the employee experience so that people and leaders can do a better job. That's one of the steps in making this an industry people want to be in. So I'm excited. I like it when there's synergy.
We should hire a chief of staff.
We should. Yeah, where would we find one? We need someone with some international prowess, a clever wit,
an insatiable appetite for accents.
That is a good quality to have in a chief of staff. If you know anybody, let me know. Tomorrow we're going to be releasing episode 3 of season 2 of the Truth About Car Dealers show. It's our time with the Rohrman Automotive Group. Look at Ryan Rohrman smiling there in that photo. He always looks like he just came out of like this magic closet that just everything is pressed neatly. The hair is in place, and he is one of the most compassionate and intelligent leaders I know of. We get to have a good time there and run a little relay race. Been posting some pictures, learning about some of the amazing things they're doing, and the legacy of Bob Rohrman started, and seeing how that's developed over the generations, and the quite a meaningful impact it's having now. We hope you join us on the live stream tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. LinkedIn is the best place. You can also get it on YouTube. And the best way to find your way to the event, you should go register for the event. Join us. We're in the comments. It's a blast. Go to thetruthaboutcardealers.com. How about that? Try to make it easy.
There's just some people, to your point, this really grinds my gears.
Oh, here we go. When he says that, you know we're in for it.
Because when you said that about our pal Ryan, I thought instantly of the Jetsons. You know, like George Jetson's bed would like raise him up, and you'd go on a conveyor line.
And he's like all tired, and then yes.
I'm like, that is him. I could stand in front of the mirror for hours, and I still look like a dog that just woke up from a bad dream. You know, the beard's like this. One eye is looking over here. The other one's over that way.
You got to get moving before that starts to
That
work
guy is
itself
a
out.
stud. That guy is a stud. That's all I got to say.
Very much is. All right, we should talk about some news in our daily email, the Asoto Daily email this morning. We release it every day. You can get it at asoto.com. The team broke down the recent tariff news and what it means for dealers. While one layer of trade pressure is gone, the Supreme Court's ruling most auto-related tariffs are affecting dealers and buyers that remain in place. Basically, the ruling targeted emergency tariffs under the IEEPA, not those imposed under the other sections, which most of the automotive exposure still is under the other sections. So steel and aluminum levies remain active, keeping pressure on parts, repair costs, and supplier pricing. VIN-level data shows uneven price impact. Canada-built vehicles are up nearly $4,000. Japan-built up $3,300. German-built up $2,800. And Mexico-built around 1,500. So obviously, Canada-built vehicles are the most impacted by the tariffs, while Mexican-built vehicles are the least. Pricing is largely baked into all the 2026 MSRPs already, so we can accept as an industry some stabilization in pricing, not rollbacks. Incentives and allocation will definitely move before sticker prices do. The bottom line for dealers, focus on payment certainty, availability, and clear next steps. No promise of price drops, so don't count on it. The article also includes a communication plan you can deploy immediately, plus some GPT prompts to go deeper with your team on messaging, strategy, and customer conversation. So get that email, right? It's very helpful, but in helping you break down the news that people are hearing into actionable things you can do on the front line.
I think it's really important to understand this, right? Like the cost of everything is going up, and people are pausing purchase decisions for things of much less consequence. I think about, like, you know me, I'm a dial guy. I like wearing a good watch. That doesn't mean expensive or whatever. It just means I like a good dial on my wrist. And the price of those has gone through the roof. And I have paused certain wish list purchases for that. So now imagine for a vehicle. I think, you know, what you brought up at the end here is really poignant. Instead of focusing though on, oh man, you know, the market this and the price is this, and people are, it's incumbent upon us to come up with the action plan. Well, what are you going to do about it? We have the most abundant access to resources in the history of this planet. And so asking what should we or what can we do about it is the most important question that we could be asking.
I couldn't agree with you more. Speaking of companies asking important questions.
Stop. Segue.
Time to go. Time to go. Lamborghini is officially backing away from its all-electric ambitions. CEO Steven Winkelmann says the brand's customers just aren't ready. They're going all in on EV, and going in all in on EVs is becoming what he called an expensive hobby. I think Lamborghinis are an expensive hobby in general. The Lanzador EV, first shown in 2023, has been quietly canceled after internal debate stretching into late 2025. Instead, by 2030, every Lamborghini will be a plug-in hybrid. Okay, they're saying they're going to be a plug-in hybrid by 2030. Basically, Winkelmann says the acceptance curve for EVs amongst Lambo buyers is flattening and this is amazing, close to zero. So close to zero people want an all-EV Lambo. The brand's going to continue building its internal combustion engines as long as possible, citing the emotional connection that buyers expect with that classic Lambo engine growl.
Yeah.
He put it, EVs in their current form struggle to deliver this specific emotional connection.
That Lamborghini needed ESIQ before it was too late.
It did. It left.
That Lamborghini silently quit.
Quiet quit.
Quiet quit. Yeah, you know, this is like, there's a reason why 7-Eleven's never going to sell fancier food. You know, they know their audience. Isn't this marketing 101? I feel like we've all tried to get so fancy that we forget we're always worried about our competitor. Who's the bigger fish? Who's the big fish that swallows the slightly smaller fish that swallows the slight.
Yeah.
The biggest fish will always be the market, the customer. They're the ones that dictate where you should be investing. You know, it's like marketing 101, business 101.
That's the second time in 2 days you've referenced something that resembles or exactly a Russian nesting doll. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh. Wow, dude. Roll back the tape. Stop.
Yeah.
Wait time.
I mean, this is one of those things, though, where I think Lamborghini, like a lot of other companies, got caught up in the hype of electric future, and they forgot why people love the Lamborghini. It's not to go fast. The Lambos go fast, yes,
right.
But even like a Tesla Model S goes faster, right? Like you can go fast. You can get that visceral feeling for way less money. They want the Lambo because of the sound. When you hear that sound, it does something to you. It sends a message to everybody else around you. And, you know, getting back and realizing it now and pulling the plug, you know, it just became, I think, kind of a natural decision because when you have an adoption curve after you're like, who wants this? And close to zero people say, I want it. It's then a really expensive hobby. Have you ever driven? Go ahead.
I was just going to say what's really interesting about this too is the behavior patterns that we're starting to see in the younger generation who are actually desiring more of, I don't know if it's like the 90s or whatever they're infatuated with, but we're seeing them being more conscious about screen time on their phones, wanting to shake hands with people, be in the room with other people, wanting to drive vehicles. My 16 almost 17-year-old son has an infatuation with this like half broken down Mercury sitting on the side of the road that some dude wants $2,200 for.
Oh my gosh.
And so I just think that's really interesting. There you go.
It is. He's never had to try to start a car with a carburetor.
Yeah, that's right.
on a cold day.
He's like, I just want something I can hotwire.
Yeah. Speaking of nostalgia.
Stop.
Oh, I'm jealous of you. Get this story.
Oh, check this out. Gen Z is rediscovering the iPod.
Yes.
And not just for the nostalgia. With schools banning connected devices and digital burnout on the rise, Apple's discontinued music player is becoming a low-tech escape hatch from the algorithm-driven chaos of smartphones. Give this writer an Emmy. Google Trends shows 2025 searches for iPod Classic and Nano up 25% and 20% year over year. Refurbished iPod sales have climbed on average of 15.6% annually since 2022, according to Backmarket. Students are using iPods as a workaround in phone-restricted schools, offline music without the distraction. Oh my gosh, I love this. The Vibe Shift, a simpler distraction-free tech era that, quote, felt more hopeful, close quote, and a reminder that sometimes less tech is more freedom.
All right, I have a few things here. The good old days are always going to be something we look at with rose-colored glasses, because if you grew up in the 90s, like a couple of people on this podcast, it wasn't necessarily a time filled with a lot of hopefulness. Like, have you ever heard grunge music? Have you ever listened to Nirvana? There wasn't a lot of hope being passed around, by the way. And then the 2000s came and we got these iPods. It makes sense. What's old is new. And the idea of going to a more, I like how they can, it's really funny how they reference this as low tech.
Yeah.
But really going back to a time where there's less distraction and something that is less tech, we'll call it, is part of being cool, right? It's cool now. It'll be cool to have an iPad. Which albums did you pick? What do you have on there? I still have no idea how they're syncing these things up. I guess it's still iTunes.
They're like, where's the USB? They're just like tapping it with a USB-C cable because they don't know.
Oh my gosh, some of these have a 30-pin connector.
Yes. And boy, I can't wait till I see somebody rolling around on rollerblades with a Sony Shockwave disc.
No,
CD
there's one in my house.
Oh my gosh.
There's one in my house with
with
the little foam headset things.
Jam into MTV's Dance Mix 93
that you made on your. Oh my gosh.
Finally.
I was gonna say that had some Paul Abdul on it, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Look, I think listen, how do we get this to the ground? Number one, paying attention to what the kids are into is always a good thing because you can then understand the mindset of how people are thinking. Number two, I think this always gives you an opportunity to do some kind of incentive or promo. If you know Gen Z is into iPods right now, get yourself on eBay, buy 2 or 3 or 5 of these iPods, and then like run a little Facebook campaign where it's like come test drive a car or do the thing and you get an iPod. And I think that would definitely drive traffic. But if you think in that micro viral mentality, instead of trying to blast one thing that's going to get as many people, go a little deeper. We can target the ads to it. And you know now that they want iPods. So there you go. Target the iPods.
Here's an iPod and a box of cables.
Do you still have, oh my gosh, I have a box of cables. Do you have any iPods laying around?
No, I don't. But I mean, there's even people that are hacking their Apple Watches. Like there's guys that are 3D printing the iPod.
I've seen those, like a mini phone.
Yes.
Yeah. That's cool, but it's still not going to help them out with the connected device thing.
It's not.
Unless you make it look like an iPod.
They end up coming out looking like an iPod. But I mean, you know what? This is good. It's funny. We want so much connection and we've been looking for it sometimes in the wrong places. And something like this, I'm kind of in favor for it. As a little piece of nostalgia, it gives them what they want to be able to listen to the tunes, but also screen time hopefully goes down from an average of whatever it is, 8 hours a day to
7.5. What's next?
Yes.
Listening to radio? AM transistor radio, maybe? It'd be fun to do this show in AM transistor radio sometime. Maybe we'll try it out. Michael, thank you for co-hosting today. It's been a blast. Everybody out there, go pay attention to one another. It'll be a good day.